Welcome to Continent 8 Ask the Expert podcast. In this series, we engage with leading industry experts and thought leaders to explore the latest trends, best practices, and insights within iGaming and online sports betting. I'm Matteo, your host and Senior Solutions Architect at Continent 8, and today, in this episode, we will discuss where our next generation gaming solution heading. We will be touching on hybrid cloud, AI innovation, and the evolution of gaming technologies. So we will explore where the industry is heading and discuss what it means to be future ready for the technologies that our customers are asking us for. Joining us today, Ben Cooke, a Senior Partner Solutions Architect at AWS. Welcome, Ben.
Hey, thanks for having me, Matteo. It's great to be here. I'm really excited to discuss a little more about what we've been doing together, Continent 8 and AWS, around hybrid cloud and how this is helping to transform the regulated gaming industry.
It's great to have you, Ben. Last time we had a webinar with AWS, it was about 1 year ago, and we were discussing how to extend AWS capabilities for the regulated industries. It was really successful, and it set a bit the foundation of what we were doing and working on for all the hybrid products and how to basically simplify the life of a customer that needs to architect around that. I think in this last year, 15 months, we implemented on this vision, and today it will be also nice and exciting to share some of the outcomes.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I saw that webinar, and from what we've accomplished together this year, the regulated gaming industry has such unique requirements from a regulatory compliance across multiple jurisdictions, the need for low latency, high performance. And I think the combination of Continent 8 and AWS has really helped to address these.
Absolutely. And talking about specifically AWS programs, I think one of the game changer for us has been joining the AWS Solutions Provider program. This really helped us getting closer to the customer and help us resell AWS. But Ben, do you want to explain a bit more how this has simplified things for our customers and some of the benefits that you're seeing?
Yeah, sure. What the solution provider program essentially, yeah, as you said, it enables Continent 8 to resell AWS services directly to your customers. So from a customer standpoint, from an operational standpoint, that is, nothing changes. The customers still get the same AWS services and support they're used to, but from a admin procedural perspective, it's a huge simplification.
Yeah, I agree. And I see, for example, customers were used to buy other services from us. Think about security or our hosting services. So maybe having a way as well of having a single invoice from us, but also having us being closer to the bill and suggest some cost optimization activities, for example. This was a huge value and really appreciated from customers, right? It's better to have an extra pair of eyes looking at
Yeah,
that.
that's a really good point. I've seen that. We have cost optimization as part of the well-architected framework. Having another set of eyes on it, I think allows you, Continent 8, to help serve these customers better as well by spotting these kind of patterns or outliers there. So I think this kind of proactive approach to cost management really helps differentiate the program and partnership in general.
Yeah, I agree. And probably talking about something else that happened was actually announced at reInvent last year, which was the feature from EKS called EKS Hybrid Nodes. This has been really extremely strategic for multiple customers and for the industry in general. Do you want us to walk us through what EKS Hybrid Nodes bring to the table?
Yeah, absolutely. EKS, or Elastic Kubernetes Service, and then hybrid nodes is a really neat technology, especially because it allows customers to extend their clusters, their control planes from the cloud to run on premises and on the edge while maintaining that kind of single point of view, that consistent Kubernetes experience. So unified control plane. And I think for this industry in particular, it's very powerful because, you know, while you manage, the control plane is managed through AWS, you can run worker nodes anywhere from existing hardware, and from a location jurisdiction standpoint, this really adds an incredible capability.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've seen also customers, right, then wanted to architect on how to bring a workload from the region on-prem in a regulated location, for example, in one of our data centers. And most of the time, especially in this industry, customers leverage Kubernetes, right, as a technology. So having a simple, scalable, and cheap way of achieving that, maintaining some set of APIs and basically simplifying the operational overhead, it was really great, and the feedback was extremely positive on that. We've developed some automation as well in order to get up and running when testing and POCing the solution, and absolutely also from a Tanzu perspective. So when customers were architecting using Tanzu, so a VMware solution, but after Broadcom acquisition, we supported customers in migrating these workloads from Tanzu to EKS hybrid nodes. Is there anything you would like to add on that, or anything from your perspective, Ben?
No, I mean that was incredible timing given the kind of state of the market
Absolutely.
there. And in general, I mean, I'd say that that I always want to learn more about your experiences there, but I think that provides a pretty great real world testing as far as automating the bootstrapping of the service nodes into the cluster, along coupled with that migration. Yes, again, a very powerful and timely capability.
Absolutely. And where we've seen also, in this case, it was supporting a customer in implementing a feature, but then this drove a huge demand in our professional services and managed service offering. Basically, our customer really tell us that they want to focus on product-related efforts, right? And perhaps delegating to a partner like us the day-to-day operations or whatever they could do to let's say to have more time to have the team focusing on the things that matter more to them, right?
Yeah, that sounds just like what we say internally, removing the undifferentiated heavy lift from customers. It makes complete sense. The complexity of managing hybrid infrastructure across, your cloud environments and jurisdictions around the world, if you're a global operator, having a trusted partner like Continent 8 that can help with that operational burden is important, because that's what we hear a lot too, is and we encourage customers to really focus on what they do best, creating great immersive experiences for their customers. And so having more help, from Continent 8 with AWS customers to kind of remove that undifferentiated heavy lift is a huge value add.
Yeah, and as of now, we brought the example of Kubernetes, right? But a perfect example is as well is like the work that we've done with FanJoule. They have several outposts across multiple states in the US, and usually we support customers with hosting, right? The outpost in our data centers. Imagine that more than 90% of the outposts in the betting and gaming industry are within a Continent 8 data center. But here we took the extra step as managed service, and we do manage outpost for them. So it means also dealing with ordering, provisioning. So we basically can provide an enhanced experience on how to manage that. And this just is an outbox example, but we are looking also at doing so for networking, for example. Customers are asking us, we have infrastructure all around we have to architect for hybrid network. Can you continue take care of that and simplifying the way we interact with that?
Yeah, no, that makes sense, and that's something that I've kind of come to see Continent 8 as extending our shared responsibility model in that Continent 8 especially in this industry where maybe we don't have a region or local zone. Continent 8 can help extend that shared responsibility model for managing kind of the physical security and infrastructure around these compute nodes, including outposts. And again, that's exactly why this partnership I think has been so incredible. But let's shift gears a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about Gen AI. I think you guys have some pretty exciting initiatives that you've launched around that area. Can you tell me a little bit more?
Absolutely, and that's a topic I'm particularly passionate about. And I remember our first chats back months ago with you, Ben. And I was like, Ben, what I'm noticing is the internal user in Continent 8, we have to deal with regulations and documents that are scattered all around all the time, right? Because maybe we receive a customer question and inquire, or we want to help architect in the best way. So the problem that we were trying to solve is how can we easily interact with regulatory documentation, right? That comes from different several sources, and potentially use natural language to start fetching information out of that. And for example, the first thing that you suggest me, and I think it was a great suggestion to start testing this out. It was Amazon Q for Business. Do you remember about that, man?
Absolutely. Yeah, using RAG, retrieval augmented generation is a perfect use case for this. Amazon Q for Business simplifies the overall development of that application, but this sounds like perfect use case. I know Continent 8 has a lot of you expend a lot of effort tracking these regulations, and it's always kind of a moving target. But then to be able to add a tool like this that your customers can use right in their customer portal, again, perfect use case here to really help surface that tribal knowledge and the latest regulatory information right to the customer's fingertips.
Yeah, and what is great is that we have a great internal already customer base where we can develop, and this tool help us accelerate the way we get to the end result. But then we can start internally, build the confidence around the tool, and then, as you were saying, right, is in the future it could be part of our Continent 8 support portal, and so getting out as a service to the customer directly, right?
Yeah, no, I could see that could be a huge impact to have easy access to that information. It's one thing to be able to just search documents, but to actually have the tool provide some insights that are very specific to, a user's query around the location or existing capabilities. So no, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, and it's great sometimes to have a partner team right behind the scenes that help us also joining and leveraging the right programs or pilot programs as well internally, and that's definitely a huge help, right? And yeah, Ben, I would say as a wrap up, do you see any key trends shaping the hybrid cloud in betting and gaming over the next year? What do you think about in general the customers and what should they do about when they strategize around hybrid cloud?
Good question. Pretty broad topic. I can probably spend 30 minutes talking just about that. But, I'd really say, to your customers, start with your requirements. Where do you where are you targeting your workloads? Where do you want to serve your customers? But for hybrid cloud in general, as coupled with generative AI, I mean that's certainly touching every industry. But the thing is you need a lot of compute resources in order to you know operate these large language models and really to be able to take advantage of it and distill them down to smaller versions that could run on prem, but you need access to a lot of compute. And so we're looking at EKS hybrid nodes or EKS everywhere. There gives the customers that ability to really extend their AWS footprint, take advantage of the scale and the power of the cloud, but be able to operate within the jurisdictions that the regulations specify. So I think the combination of things is really going to help drive the industry much faster and provide much better experiences for their customers. But again, I really appreciate you having me on this session, and really look forward to kind of our next steps with the partnership.
Absolutely, and that's the perfect advice, right, Ben? As you say, right, everything starts with a requirement, and as both of us, right, as architects, we always say, what is the right solution, right? It depends. We want to really start sitting with the customer, understand their strategy, what they want to achieve, how they want to achieve, and then absolutely architecting for the best solution. Thank you so much, Ben, for joining us today and sharing these great insights. The partnership between Continent 8 and AWS continue to deliver real value for our customer. And I'm really excited about what we'll accomplish together as well next, right, in the coming year.
Yeah, absolutely, Matteo. I really appreciate you having me, and really look forward to our continued collaboration and really honestly helping our mutual customers succeed with hybrid cloud. So again, much appreciated.
I agree. Thank you so much, and thank you to our listeners for joining us in the episode of Ask the Expert. If you'd like to learn more about Continent 8 solutions and our partnership with AWS, visit the website, reach out to us on LinkedIn. And yeah, until next time, this is Matteo, and we will see you on the next episode. Thank you.